An epic new toy line of beastly buff brawler bros battling it out to see who will reign supreme. Monsters!
I'm Shamumu, the Oceanic Battle Boss.
And I'm Sting Cobra, the venomous spike scoundrel.
Who will win this epic battle between the first two monsters?
You're going down, Sting Cobra.
Not a chance with that ugly mug.
Monsters come with interchangeable parts so you can create your very own monster! Like this. Or this. Or this. Or this. Don't just get one. The more monsters you have, the more monsters you can make. And every monster comes with their own little buddy. Aw, aren't they cute? But in the end, only one can reign supreme.
You haven't seen the last from me, Shamumu.
By land, sky, or sea, monsters battle by the law of tooth and claw, as is the way of monsters! Collect them all, each sold separately. New from iGo Stuff.
Got the stuff?
Hello everybody, Mac here. Welcome back to the show. So as promised, here we are to discuss day 2, actually now day 3, of our Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary celebration, and these 3 items were released today. So let's see what was behind the silhouette. And by the way, this is not the first video of BRICKTOBER. If you want to see what the first video of BRICKTOBER actually was, it was Marvel Legends Ghost Rider, card and link right here. But now, on to the reason why you're here. And the first thing we're going to take a look at is, I was partially correct about one of them. That I thought that one was going to be a Loyal Subjects TMNT figure, but I guessed it was the Last Ronin. It is Loyal Subjects, it is TMNT, however, it is Dark Leonardo, which if you haven't read the IDW run, this may not mean much to you, but this is actually, it's very interesting. I really liked the use of this version of Dark Leonardo, that this was basically like if Leonardo wasn't quite so, you know, good, this is what would come out of him. This is like the actual ninja, the assassin, basically just what the tin says. I really liked him because they used him to great effect, this version of Leo, to great effect in the final story arc of the last, you know, the way up to issue 150, just before the first run of IDW came to an end. So this is actually very interesting. This was I didn't realize, but they're saying that this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for 2024, which I didn't know that, because I knew Donnie and Metalhead was, I knew Janenko was, who I have over there that we're going to be taking a look at, but I didn't realize Dark Leo was a 2024 exclusive as well, and now he is a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. He is not up for pre-order, he is up for order. Apparently he is in stock right now, and he's $30. So yeah, I snagged myself one of these. Now, the other one that we have to look at is, there was a 2-pack that I said I wasn't really sure what that was going to be, but a couple of my sharp-eyed viewers got it right. One of them said that it's probably going to be O-rings, and once I looked at the silhouette, I don't know why I didn't put that together, but yeah, they were absolutely O-ring figures, and I sort of theorized that, well, Super 7 just came out with their Reaction Plus O-ring G.I.Joe figures. Maybe that's what these are. And then another viewer commented and said that he thought it was going to be Tomax and Xamot in their suits. And both of them were 100% correct, because it is Tomax and Xamot in O-ring figures in their suits. This is pretty cool, especially if you're an O-ring collector. I'm still not sure if I'm going to go in on these or not, because I saw the first wave that Super 7 put out, and there is that tug to like get some of these 3 3/4 figures back. I wasn't a real big fan, or I'm not a real big fan of their standard Reaction figures that are just the 5 POA, but these ones I feel like I could get behind. but $20 for a 3 3/4 figure still seems a lot to me. And they also said that, at least I believe they said this, that they're not going to go back and redo any reaction figures as O-ring figures. So if the figure already came out as a standard reaction figure, they weren't going to do it as a reaction plus figure. And there's more than a few figures that have come out already that I'm like, well, if you're not going to do it in this format, like, I don't want it in the other format, you know what I mean? But back to Tomax and Xamot, they are cool. They're definitely the Crimson Twins in their extensive Enterprises suits. They have the briefcases that open up so you can see their circus performer uniforms underneath. Also, the packaging is very much a nod to that old packaging that came out in the 80s when they had the mirrors on either side so they could like twin themselves. Like, I think that's really cool. Anybody that's into the Reaction Plus, anybody that's into the Joe O-ring figures, this is definitely a good pickup for them. And what is it? It's $39.99 for the 2-pack. So basically it's $40, which comes out to $20 per figure. That's what I mean. Like, I'm spending like $20, $25, $30 for a 6-inch figure that comes with a lot of accessories. $35 for the Super 7 Deluxe figures. And now $20 for a 3 3/4 figure that comes with like a gun and a suitcase. Like, I don't know. I'm not disparaging anybody that wants to get them, because I completely understand the want to have something like this. But for me, also, just from my perspective of it, like, if I was going to get these, I don't know, for me, G.I. Joe should be Hasbro. Like, that's just the way I see it. So, like, I think that's another thing that's kind of putting me off this. If this was Hasbro doing the O-ring figures, like the Sky Striker back there, the first HasLab they did, I was stoked to get that. I think I might be more inclined to go in on it. But I don't know. I'm weird about the whole thing. Now, the final one was, I think, one that everybody picked out, that we said it was going to be some sort of Transformer. And boy howdy, was it. Is it? It is Transformers Bumblebee DLX Optimus Prime Cybertron Edition event exclusive action figure. This is a big, beefy Optimus Prime from Bumblebee, so it has very much like that Bayverse Transformers look, which I don't hate, but they're very busy. And when it's up on the big screen, when it's larger than life, I can appreciate that, seeing all the details, seeing the moving parts. That's really cool. In action figure form, not being a Transformers collector, I do wonder how the collectors and the fans of Transformers feel about that, because, like, this Prime looks great, but he's also very busy, especially in the arms and the legs. That gun, his ion blaster, looks fantastic. It looks very much like an updated version of the rifle from the cartoon in the 80s. I love that burnished, like, gunmetal they've given it. Now it's Threezero. I don't think it transforms. I think it's a non-transformable. Let me flip through the images here. Yeah, it's pretty much just an action figure, just like with Threezero. Oh, we got a picture of Ravage in there. Check this out. I didn't notice that at first. Have they released Ravage yet? Or does he come with Soundwave? I don't know. I haven't been, like I said, I am not a Transformers collector. Oh, the hologram of the Earth right there. That's pretty cool. I'm not a Transformers collector, but it's been brought to my attention that I do have viewers that collect Transformers, so I'm going to try and start covering those more often. But basically, I'm only going to be able to say, this looks cool, this is out, things like that. If it's not G1, to be completely honest, if it's not G1, I haven't been keeping up with it. Like, I never saw Armada or Energon or any of the other lines. So, like, I know G1, and I know, what was that, like, trilogy that came out in a series of, like, 10-minute shorts? Like, I forget, but it was like the Combiner Wars, Power of the Titans Return, and Power of the Primes. Like, that whole trilogy, which I thought started pretty strong. Ending was, but I like the Combiner Wars. But back to Prime here. I think this looks cool. There is some really great detail. For me, very busy. He comes with the stand, various sets of hands, has his ion blaster, and the holographic Earth that comes up. And he is going for $229.99, $230, which is, I guess, kind of about what to expect for a Threezero Transformers figure. The Threezero's Transformers figures tend to be a little bit more. I get the Threezero G.I. Joe figures, and they're about $100 less than that. But I think there's more sculpting, more like uniqueness to each Transformer. Whereas like with the Joe figures, they basically just have to change the clothes and the head sculpt, and the body underneath stays the same. So that was day 3, October 1st, of the Big Bad Toy Store 25th anniversary celebration. Don't forget to join the Big Bad Sweepstakes. There will be a link to that in the description below as well. Up to $25,000 worth of prizes, giveaways, things like that. Sweepstakes. Link to entering that below. Link to the Big Bad Toy Store celebration landing page down below. Now, our next one is coming up tomorrow, actually. We have one release coming up tomorrow. A pre-order for October 2nd starts at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, which means it'll be 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Single figure, looks like it might be a female. Be curious to see what that is. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is what you saw the video for at the beginning of this, the Monstors Kickstarter. And this is a 3 3/4 line of action figures that is very much in... It could very easily have like that 80s feel of like the Toxic Crusaders, the TMNT Mutants, Barnyard Commandos, Street Sharks, things like that, where they're sort of these mashup of animals. Like you have Shamumu, who is like your good guy, who is a cross between a killer whale and a bull. But then there's my guy Sting Cobra right here, which is part Cobra and part Scorpion. Now, I don't collect very many 5.5-inch figures, and that's what these are, 5.5-inch figures. But Sting Cobra here, 1, I really like the look of him. I think he looks cool. I like that color. And 2, because I have those Conan 5.5 figures, Sting Cobra could very easily be like a monster to put up against Conan in that line. Like, he just seems to fit like that whole Eldritch horror, you know, sets minion type thing. So that's going to be very cool. But I'm going to leave a link to the Kickstarter here if you want to check that out, because right now they have 2. They have Shamumu and they have Sting Cobra. They have various alternates for them as well, including a paint swap, translucent figures, which are Kickstarter exclusives, glow-in-the-dark figures, which are Kickstarter exclusives. They also have a couple of other figures as part of Wave 1 to take a look at. They also have something that I think is very cool, especially for this time of year, that they have a way that you can support them. You basically pay the cost for 2 figures, no markup, just the manufacturing cost, which I think comes out to about $80. And you can use that, you can support them, and those figures will be a donation package. They will go to Children's Hospital. So you can like donate toys to Children's Hospital through the Kickstarter if you want to as well. Now, if you're not digging the Kickstarter, if you've been burned on Kickstarter and don't like the idea of possibly losing your money, they are available for pre-order once again on Big Bad Toy Store. If you want a little bit more security in that if the Kickstarter doesn't go through, you can get your money back. Now, the Kickstarter has 8 days left, and time of recording, they are at... Oh, they've broke. Okay, the project is backed. They've broken their goal. So the project is backed. Time of recording. There you go. Happening live and in your face. But yeah, so I'm not going to go in on this, but I am definitely going to get Sting Cobra. I have backed it. I'm going to be picking that one up. Just thought that might be something you would like to take a look at. So we have the Big Bad Toy Store Celebration, we have the Monstors Kickstarter, which got funded, and we have more Big Bad Toy Store Celebration coming tomorrow. And once again, don't forget, first day of BRICKTOBER, we took a look at Ghost Rider and his Hell Cycle, which I was really excited to be opening that. Ghost Rider means a lot to me, especially the Danny Ketch version. Johnny Blaze is a punk, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Don't touch that dial. Before you go, please remember to do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you already are a subscriber, what a legend you are. If you like what we do here and you want to help the channel grow, please consider becoming a member, whether through YouTube memberships or our Coffee monthly subscription. Links to that in the description below. Both of them for $1 a month, you can get access to exclusive content, such as our monthly member exclusive video. This month is the Hasbro G.I.Joe Classified Series Stinger. So until next time, my friends, play well, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.